Hi, this is KV and this is the moon phase report for Libra. Okay, this can be a time of a little bit of maybe a little bit of uncomfortable energy right now. Kind of seeing a lot of things within yourself that you haven't really wanted to see, but you know that you do need to kind of look at these things. And so it's going to be for the good, but right now you're really seeing how some of these things that you have been carrying with you in your thought processes, in relationships with others, how you've kind of like accepted that things are to be, these kind of core based things within you that then everything builds on. You're kind of seeing how some of them down there aren't really appropriate and don't really match who you are. And there's something with acknowledging that this is there is going to really like be a big relief into your life. And it, you know, it's kind of like the elephant in the room or something, and like finally being like, okay, it's here and it's that. Something about that is really gonna just kind of set you free and kind of open this more healing process that's actually going to be going on for about a month. That's very inward based, that's very depth based, that's very hidden away, but really important that you acknowledge it and deal with it. So that's kind of where your main energies are looking. And with this full moon eclipse, some things that are kind of awakening this to you are things that are value related. So it's almost like you're wanting more value in your life, and you're seeing how that maybe things have been too superficial and they aren't bringing you joy, and something's just not right. Something, I don't know what it is, but something's not right. So during this time, you can definitely have that revealed to you, and it may just be, it'll be something that just causes a reaction in you. And if you can just take that and start going deeper on it, you'll find out what the root of it is. And it should actually be something that isn't that big of a deal, really. Like, that's where sometimes it can just be like the way you were speaking, this way you learned to look at life, or just to accept things, you know, a phrase of like, you just got to accept what you get, you know, and I don't really believe that's true. I think you have to love no matter what you get, but I think it's really important that you set the bar higher. And a lot of the energies right now have been coming in to make you say, no, I need something better. This is unacceptable. There's something, you know, like coming forward and raising your hand and I will take more. You know, there's something about putting yourself forward and asking for more from life. That this isn't really acceptable, and if it's not making you happy, you have to ask for the next thing to come in. So that's why I feel like this could be something that's actually like that you're thinking that isn't exactly honoring of who you are, and it'll have you feeling a little fed up and frustrated. So I'm losing my voice over these. Good thing I've only got one more after this. I'm like, my voice is getting funny. So you know, it could be there's something too where you're recognizing a value of maybe like a parent. Yeah, something that's even totally coming from childhood. There's some value that you're recognizing too that is kind of making you depressed even looking at it. You know, you're like, I can't believe we've lived our life on this specific value when that's actually crazy and it's not sustainable and it's not honoring, you know, or something like that. It could be something that like when you do finally nail it, you're like, oh my gosh. But you know, that's like, as we evolve and become awakened, you know, we constantly look back at something even a year ago and we can't believe we ever did that. You know, I mean, I have not eaten fast food in a fast food restaurant, you know, in I don't know, it's probably been about 14 years. You know, I don't do it. I know about where that food comes from. I won't support that. I will not support that. You know, but like 20 years ago, I was eating it for every meal, you know? So it's like until we do learn this new level of something, we can't really judge ourselves because we don't know any better. But as we do learn more and become more conscious, those things we look back at and it just seems like, how could we have ever done that? I mean, how could there have ever been a time like, I mean, I'm not even going to go through history. I mean, it's shocking, some things like, what? How did that? But that's evolution and that's consciousness. And, you know, so something in you you're seeing right now, and it may even be making you feel like appalled at that you could have done something for so long, but you didn't know any better. So my gosh, don't judge yourself. You know, this is for sure, it's a very psychological depth time that you're in, and even more so, you know, as the next weeks go on, you're in it. You know, right now it's about letting that stuff go. Maybe just letting go of judging yourself too harshly that you're not good enough. You know, letting go, you know, things that you think you just totally screwed up on when you really didn't. You know, it all has, you know, it's kind of funny too, even when I thought about this, when I do my birth chart books, I explain so much in your life that like you can't not believe that everything has a purpose, because how the heck did I know that, and that? You know, the most intimate things that maybe some people don't know, I'm going to know, and it's going to show up in your chart. And I, of course, don't do anything on a negative way because I don't believe in feeding that. So it's all empowering, but I do nail certain specific things to help you grow, to help you heal, to help you see that this had nothing to do with you, and you know, that you are here to rise above it. But still, it's one of those things where I can't look at anybody's anything and think that there was something wrong with it. You didn't make a mistake, you know, and that's what in my birth chart books I show you that, and I show it in such a way that you are like, something about reading it, it does make you feel okay with everything, because it's like, how can I know that that happened to you when you were that age? And you know, how can I know that? And I'm just telling you what the stars say, and I'm telling you stuff I even wrote a decade ago. So it's like, I don't know you, you know, but I know that this stuff all has a purpose to it. And I also know that what you call a mistake isn't really a mistake. It was a huge learning experience for you. And so you might want to like ease up on yourself right now, because you're probably going to see some things that don't really make you feel so awesome. And this is a cycle that we all go through. We all, as we travel around the zodiac, you know, like who's coming next is the sign before you, you know. So like, but and yours is with an eclipse, so it's even more important. That's why it's even more important that you let go of this stuff, that you let go of these old values that aren't serving and honoring what you're here to do. And it can, you know, it doesn't even really have to be a lot of work. And most likely it'll come mirrored through other people. There can be an other people aspect with this one for sure. So it could just be coming through other people. It could be other people triggering you, and they're doing something that you're doing but you don't want to do. And like them coming at you opens you to that fact. So something like that. Be gentle with yourself. You're perfect. There's nothing wrong with you. Nothing. You're awesome. And this is just a process of cleaning out things that were other people's junk, programming, false influences that don't really have anything to do with you now, and you do need to separate from them, let them go, so that the real you can come out and be true and feel awesome about who you are, and not relying on what somebody else said about you or what somebody else did to you. So you're just like letting that go now, and it's going to be a huge relief when you can really get real and look at it and name it and say, you know, it was this and that happened, and whatever the dialogue that you have to go through. And then in a couple more weeks we'll have more energy to really start fresh with this and have a kind of brand new you. And then it's going to be cool because then in a couple of months you're going to go into this career. You know, a lot of this too, like think about, I don't know if you're wanting a new career or wanting changes in your career, this is like doing or I'll say something stupid like this, but something like for the summer and the swimsuit season, and God, I can't believe I said something like this, but anyway, it makes the point, preparing more months ahead before when you're going to show yourself off in a bikini or whatever. So this is kind of a prep thing. This is in the back of the kitchen prepping for a big meal that's coming out. And then the big meal coming out is you in your public image. So that's kick-ass, right? Okay, so I'll see you in 2 weeks. You have a beautiful, beautiful full moon. Okay, bye.